big fan of the mud.
Yeah.
I rolled my eyes a little bit, just because I got a little frustrated. Everyone's just sharing laughs, fun, and she's like over it. I feel disappointed.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is. We're here giving you the review of Married. Like, share, subscribe. You already know what time it is, baby. Get gay. Shake 'em and bake 'em, baby. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? Do you remember the time when we fell in love? When we were young and free? Don't you remember the time? Let's get into this seriously. Like, oh, madness. Let's get into this seriously. So we're talking about Jasmine and Will, and obviously if you guys have been following this channel, we spoke about just the other day about gender. Well, speaking about obviously should a man provide for the home? Should they be the main provider or source of income? We had a great discussion on the comment section, guys. I really appreciate when you guys get involved. Whether we agree or disagree, not a problem. I just like the fact that we're having conversation. I think out of that conversation, we can actually get something sorted. So guys, keep on liking, keep on sharing, keep on subscribing, but most importantly too, keep on commenting, and I will keep on leaving questions down below so that we can have an informed and detailed discussion. Sometimes it's got to be funny too, man. So guys, alright, let's get into the video. Let's talk about this. You know what? I really liked Will and Jasmine's relationship now. I like where it's going to. There are obviously little niggles here and there, but that's relationships. But the first thing I really liked about these two is the fact that, you know what, the first thing I want to talk about, the scene where Jasmine wanted to do the zip wire.
Out for you, sorry. This is. I'm gonna.
And it's not even deep.
Listen,
So
as soon as I got right where that tree is, I'd probably freak out.
you looking down. See, I think you're like convincing yourself.
No.
I think it's manageable.
Did you
I
have
think
fun?
you should try it.
No, you have
like
fun.
just this one.
You enjoyed this.
No.
You very much enjoyed this.
All right, I'll point to you all the exotic birds I see. I'll point.
You do that. You do that. Jasmine seems a bit disappointed because she was looking forward to doing this together, but hopefully she can see, like I'm doing, my best to support her in her crazy efforts here.
Ready?
Yeah.
One thing I love is the fact that although Will didn't do the zip wire, you know, she didn't overtly make it like, do you know what? I'm annoyed that you didn't do the zip wire. You know what I'm saying? She made light of it. She made a bit of a fun joke of it. And, you know, there was a discussion. There was a little bit of a banter there. You know, when I get down to there, if I see all the exotic birds, I'm not pointing them out to you. And he was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But he still supported. You know, I love the fact he was cheering her on from the side. And I think in relationships, remember I told you about Luke and Kate in my last video, talking about when you're doing someone else's activity, you got to show that enthusiasm. Even though you may not want to do it, you got to show that enthusiasm. So you may not be involved directly, like Willow wasn't directly involved in terms of doing the zip wire, but the fact is, you know, he was cheering her on.
The thrill of ziplining is exhilarating, and Will is cheering me on, but I am a little bit disappointed, honestly, that Will's not as adventurous as I am, because I was looking for someone who was very outgoing.
Oh, she made it.
And it seems like Will is the opposite of me, so it's challenging.
Proud of you.
That was nothing. Skydiving next.
Look at this little thrill seeker.
And when she got to the other side, and you know, then she said, obviously, well, next is skydiving. You know, it's like they have this lovely banter that's going on, and I think at the dinner table we best saw their banter. It's really lovely to see a couple, especially a black one, kind of just meshing, getting to know each other, and then, you know, keeping that originality of banter and having a bit of a laugh. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's always a bit of a smile on each other's both people's faces. I love the fact that they spoke about the dog, and you know, he was making this long joke about, you know, the fact that, you know, he's going to replace the dog, and you know, if the dog tries, he's going to bite the dog too, and how the dog is a priority. I love that, and you can see his personality is coming out with her because he's feeling more comfortable. And that's great to see because he's an introvert. So for an introvert to come out of their own skin, you know, it's very important that you make them feel comfortable. Otherwise, the moment they feel uncomfortable, they struggle to come out. And we like that. So I like the fact that Jasmine and Will have that kind of relationship already. You know, I love the fact they're walking down the beach and holding hands, and you know, they seemed very natural. Do you know what I'm saying? It it didn't seem forced or pushed. So that's always a bonus. And I love the fact, you know, it's funny. I love the fact that obviously, you know, as well, he rested his head in against her when they were going to the mud pit.
I want that our couples can learn from one another, so we've arranged for the couples to meet up so that they can potentially get some support and advice from one another as well.
Where are we going?
We are going to a hot spring.
Cool. That sounds like something interesting. You know, it'll be another first for me. Something else I can.
First for me too. I've never been to a hot spring.
Oh, cool. I was looking forward to doing something we both was doing for the first time.
Yeah.
And when they were recording the vlog, you know, it's like, again, it's just nice to see that they're bouncing off each other and just kind of just warming to each other. You know, it's good to have. And it just shows a sign of that there could be a great relationship there as well. Just following on from the zip wire thing as well, you know, she mentioned that obviously she wanted somebody who's going to be adventurous. So this is an area where, again, in relationships, I always say I've started to learn, you know, that you have to almost sacrifice what you don't like doing to do what someone else does to make your relationship work. And it's a deep thing because it may be something you really don't like. Like, for instance, I remember I had a girlfriend in the past. She wanted me to go swimming. Now, I didn't like going swimming. And I never told her the reason why I don't like going. I said, I just don't want to go swimming. It's not my kind of thing. God damn, my shoulder feels tight. I was like, I just don't want to go swimming. And she could never understand why I didn't want to go swimming. So one day I explained that I cannot swim. I do not want to be in the water and I cannot swim. It makes me feel eerie. You know what I'm saying? But if I'd explained that from the beginning, we wouldn't have had this long drawn discussion. And I think in relationships, especially men-wise, explain why you don't want to do something. Don't just say you're not going to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? And that leads on to the point with the mud pit. Because we got you know, Jasmine not wanting to participate in the mud situation because of the hair. Now, I kind of see both sides in the sense of, yes, I would, and you know how us black people are as well, we're a bit finicky when it comes to hygiene and stuff like that. We don't like certain things like that.
On his chest, and I'm starting to see like little hairs in the mud, and that like completely just like turned me off. I have no idea whose hair it was on those brushes, so I don't want any mud on me.
So I can understand partly why she didn't want to get involved because she saw the hair in the mud, but you're in waters which are not your bathtub. This is a river spring that's running, so my G, you're already doing something which potentially you don't even know what's in the water. You're assuming that this well in the spring is clean. You don't really know that 100%. So you're already doing something you don't really like. So you're really doing something that you don't really know too tough. So I was a bit disappointed because, like Will was saying, it's like about the bonding time. And he said that we missed out on bonding time and bonding with other couples too. And I guess it just shows a disjointedness. And I guess in that regard, there are always two options. He can go and play with the other couples, or he can say, you know what, I'm gonna back my wife and go and sit with her. And either option wouldn't have been wrong because at the end of the day, they are there to mingle with other couples at the same time to, you know, it wouldn't have been wrong to go and sit with his wife to show the unison between them. Do you get what I'm saying? So I understand both points of view. I do feel like Jasmine could have participated because if you're asking someone to do zip wire, their fear is heights. And then when it comes to your situation, when there's a little bit of hair in the mud, now you're complaining saying you're not going to participate. You've got a bit of a hypocrisy there. You can't expect someone to do something when you don't like it, and then when you don't like it, you don't do it. Bear in mind the situation is not 100% comparable, but you know, I'm just kind of seeing some similarities in there, and just in the way that people behave towards certain things. One thing I would say as well, women, can you please be careful? And the reason why I say be careful is in male's fragile ego, yeah. She said something, when he was crossing the bridge, she really knows he's got a fear of heights.
He is just terrified to walk over, so I am gonna try to not tease him and be supportive and walk slow. Good, honey?
Oh my God. I have a huge fear of heights, and of course, it's a suspension bridge that looks a bit unstable. scary.
Just look at me. Don't look down.
Easy does it, easy does it, easy does it. See, I sped up at the end.
You did good. I am proud of Will for conquering his fear and making it across the bridge. It may have been slow, but he did it.
So she sped across the bridge. Come on, baby, da da da. Maybe it's just me. I would have preferred if she slowed it down, walked with him. Yeah, just to show that they're unison, they're a team. Yeah. Not only that, she mentioned in a little cutscene that that you shouldn't be a little scaredy cat. And this is what I have a problem with. Somebody has a fear in a certain area, you call them a scaredy cat. Remember that you had a fear of the hair. Don't call someone a scaredy cat, especially when it comes to men. Already men are very sensitive because of the way society allows us not to have emotions. So we can't now have fears also because now we're called a scaredy cat. Just think what that does to our mental psyche. Again, this is not bashing women. This is just to say that you be very, very careful. I think the reason I'm saying that as well is because the way Jasmine is, she's a driver. And what I mean by driver is that she's a commander. So she wants to always take the lead. Even though she wants a man to provide, she's always taking the lead because she's probably used to taking the lead all the time. And so when you say things like, "Oh, come on, don't be a little bit of a scaredy cat," be careful how you remember. Everything's about delivery, but even when you deliver it, be careful sometimes because those words stick. "Oh, you're a little bit of a scaredy cat," and you say it another time. "Oh, you're a little bit of a scaredy cat." It sets in a person's mind. To you think I'm a little scaredy cat. You're making a joke, but this is the second or third time you said it, and it's got negative connotations to be a scaredy cat. You think I'm a scaredy cat. And then now, you don't want to share your insecurities with anybody, you don't want to share your fears with the partner, because you feel like they're going to call you a scaredy cat. And girls do this all the time. They'll be like, "I want a man that's emotional." And then you become emotional, and he's too sensitive. So then, now, the person's like, "Well, I'm not gonna open up now because you just called me sensitive. But I like a guy with emotion. I like a guy who shows a bit of emotion." No, you don't want a man crying over Titanic, but you want him to, you want a certain type of emotion from him at a certain period of time. Let's be honest. So that's what I pointed out. Not to insult women or insult her even. It was just something I pointed out. I will counterbalance that with, Will, you cannot be messy. Do you know what's funny? I called my dad the other day.
A little messy. Just a little bit.
I'm on vacation. I don't want to be wasting time folding clothes or putting them back in a suitcase. I mean, we're not having company over here. No one's coming in. And, room service does that. So I want to keep everybody employed. I want them to feel needed and wanted. I have the Costa Rican economy to try to help balance.
And I was like, "Dad, thanks, you drove into me about being clean. And like my room right now, is tidy. It's just scary because in Northampton, in my old area, it wasn't. But in my room now, it's tidy. My bed is done. I get up in the morning. My bath is clean. Like my wardrobe's tidy. I fold my clothes. I iron my things. Everything's sorted. I do it. I prepare my bag the night before. Everything's just run, prepare, in Ghanaian. That means like everything's done like accordingly. You get me? So I realized that. How long we got? 2 minutes. I realized that being messy, is so annoying. And so Will has got to fix up. I'm sorry. The law of entropy says that things get progressively worse. If you couldn't bring your hotel under duress, and your clothes are everywhere, then let me let you know, when you get to the home, your clothes are going to be what? Everywhere. So it's like you're not going to change now because it's a home. You know what I'm saying? You're saying it's a hotel, so we're gonna relax. No, but there's relax, but we're coming into that room to relax. You understand? So make that place a spacious place that we can come and relax in. I don't want to come to a space and it's crowded with clothes all over the shop, and it look mad messy. So Will, you got to fix up on that because you're making it hard for someone to live with you. Any of you that have gone to live in residence with other young people for like university or college, and you live with somebody who's messy, how jarring, how annoying, how frustrating, how irritating is it when you got somebody who's messy? That should let you know that when you come into a relationship, please be mindful, be tidy, clean up after yourself. You've ate a plate of food. Take it, wash it, clean it. Don't leave it in the sink for someone else to wash it. Just wash it. Yeah? You've come out from work. Why is your socks on the floor? Why is your jacket on the floor? Why is your trousers on the floor? Why is it not being folded and put into the drawer away? Why is your socks not being put into the sock bin so you can be washed for later on? Why is things not organized? It's not cool. You know, you lot are talking about provision, provider. Well, we don't want a messy man, because that's just nasty. And it makes everything longer in the relationship. It means someone's picking up to you all the time. You know, Jasmine, Will said it, and I remember I said this in the last episode. I said, when Will mentioned that, you know, he sat on a porch with his grandma and watched the rain, etc. It was a deep, deep thing. And then and I said to you, I said, look, Jasmine doesn't sound like she's listening.
We're in this together. I need for Jasmine just to step it up a little bit in regards to asking me questions, because it's just like, that's how you get to know someone. And my personal opinion is that's how I feel like a person expressed interest in me and getting to know who I truly am.
Actively listening. You know, there's people like that who don't actively listen. They just talk. They listen to talk. So they hear you and then they go, yeah, and you know what? Same with me. Or yeah, and then change the subject. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas somebody who's courteous and understands active listening will actually even tell you, listen, not to even change the subject too tough, but what do you think about this? And then they try to get your mind onto it. They allow you to talk. Some people will change the subject and it's about them. Oh, but you know, not changing your mind aspect on this. But you know, this, da, 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 da. And it's like, you don't allow a man to talk. You think you're listening, but you're not really actively listening. Do you know what I'm saying? So when Will then mentioned it in this episode, saying, you know, he wants her to like ask more questions about him. I'm like, yo, B, I don't know if that's coming, because that's not probably the way she operates. But he has to mention it to her so that there's not a problem. You see, because certain people's love language comes with quality time. And quality time and quality conversation some people want so they can unearth certain deep things that are within them so they can share and release the burden. But if you don't ask those questions, the information won't come out. Do you understand? So, yeah, I love their relationship, and I think like their teamwork is gonna start growing. They haven't reached a level of intimacy just yet, but that's good. They're still growing, they're still understanding each other, still getting to know each other, and it's good. So I really appreciate that, and I want to see more growth in that area as well. I think it's important to understand that, you know, a relationship is not built in one day, but it's a growth, and it's about building the blocks, the foundation to where you want to go to. So yeah, guys, Little Black Book, you already know what time it is. You better like, share, and subscribe. Guys, there's questions down below. Make sure you answer those questions. And yeah, leave a comment, guys. Remember, we don't mind if you disagree. It's important that you agree or disagree. We just want to see your comments down below, because that's where we have a conversation and a dialogue. So guys, are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? Shake 'em and bake 'em, baby. I appreciate you. Little Black Book. Stay blessed. Locked. Loaded. Hey, hey.